Hello?
Hello, Joanne. How are the kids behaving?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. You put them down to bed yet? Or a bit early, isn't it? Or was he 13
Yes.
now? Yeah, gotcha. Hey, listen, I'm struggling to hear you again.
Alright, let me get outside. Hang on.
No worries at all.
Come on then.
You all good?
Right, I'm just going out the door now.
Okay.
Right, is that better?
That is certainly better.
Sorry, the signal in this house is awful.
Yeah. It's no problem at all. It's all good. Hey, listen, so, yeah, so you know Polly, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
Polly, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So, yeah, she had a great result with us. I checked on the system there. So, that's, she did one of the short, like the 4 weeks, 6 weeks sort of transformations. So that's perfect. So listen, to give you a little bit of clarity about kind of where you are at the moment, what motivated you to get in touch with us?
So I was off on some holidays, I had 6 weeks off,
Mhm.
and I just sort of like let myself go a little bit, I think.
Mhm.
And I start uni on Monday,
Mhm.
and I just feel like I'm just feeling really rubbish, so
Mhm.
I just saw it, popped up on my Facebook. I think it's where Polly shared it actually.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh, I could really do something like that just to get me motivated.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, I just signed up.
Okay, gotcha. Listen, that's a lot of people would be, just come to us sort of post summer holidays because they, like,
Yeah.
they've had a wild summer and all the rest of it, and so I can definitely relate to that. So just for my own clarity, like, for the session timings and things like that, you can be able to attend the gym. We're based in obviously Maidstone,
Yeah.
and then we've got sort of mornings, evenings, and weekends. Could you manage to squeeze in at least two, preferably three times a week?
Yeah, I can do evenings and weekends.
You can if you're not like down in London or anything like that, or
No, I'm just, near Elford.
right, okay, perfect, no worries at all. Happy days. And in terms of like having an open window now, I'm just gathering numbers up for a start that will probably be happening over the next week or so. But
Yeah.
we can sort of phase start if need to, but essentially I just need to get my numbers together.
Okay.
Have you got like a fairly open sort of diary, no big commitments, man, I'd for holidays or something over the next 4 weeks?
No, not in the evenings. Obviously, I'm starting uni Monday, but I'll be home from 4.
Yeah, gotcha. No worries at
So,
all. That works well. So the way that we kind of work it on this call then is for me to sort of delve into things a wee bit deeper. Um, if we do feel as though we're a good fit for each other, it might be a case of for you to sort of come on board with us, you might need to do like a placeholder deposit today to reserve your spot.
okay.
Does that work okay with you? There won't be any
If you go through prices with me, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, gotcha. Just so there's no mini heart attacks, like, with sort of asking for money at the end of the call or anything like
Yeah.
that. That's fine. Okay, gotcha. I'd rather cover that at the start. So if you don't mind me asking, Joanna, what's your age, weight, and height?
So I'm 26.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is in centimetres, but I'm 5'6".
Mhm.
And 63 kilograms at the minute.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so is it a weight loss thing or is it a dress size thing that it would be the primary thing for you at the
It's
moment?
more toning, so
Mhm.
obviously you might think, oh yeah, she's a good weight for her height, but
Mhm.
I don't feel comfortable. I still feel like my legs are my major issue, so I feel like
Mhm.
there's loads of cellulite on them. I want to tone it up.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so what is your dress size at the moment if you don't mind me asking?
Um, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. So has there been like a time in your adult life where you have been sort of slender without the cellulite, and if so, what sort of dress size were you or weight were you?
Yeah, like I said, like a 6 to 8.
You're 6'3", yeah. Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. Do you remember what you were in kilos at that stage, roughly speaking?
No, I know in stone I was like 8 stone.
Yeah. So you're about 9'9" at the moment with
Yeah,
okay, so we're talking, stone and a half, I think
yeah,
is like where we need to be shooting for. Doesn't obviously we're going to find where you want to be along the way, but I think
yeah.
if we had those figures in our back of our mind, we could work along that. Okay, so you mentioned about your legs. They need sort of toning, drop the body fat, gain a little bit of lean tissue, so toning up in general. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you doing over the last month? Have you been doing any exercise at all?
Yeah, so I go running like
Mhm.
a few times a week.
Mhm.
Just my own sort of thing. I just take myself off running. I used to do a HIIT class,
Mhm.
but I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
just stopped doing it really. But I did enjoy it, but I just
Mhm.
stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And I just do like workout DVDs and stuff at home.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Why do you think you're not getting results at the moment if you are going out and taking exercise, if you don't mind me
Just
asking?
because I'm not devoted to it like I should be really. You
Yeah.
know when you just need someone to be like, yes, you've got to do this now. And you know, when you know you've got to do it, you'll do it. But when I was just going off running myself, I'm like, oh no, I think I'll just stay at home instead today. Or,
Okay. So you are skipping
hmm,
sessions and maybe not working as hard as you
yeah.
can, yeah? Gotcha. No worries. Okay, that's where you are. Let's see where you are from like a nutritional standpoint then. So what I want you to do is just give me, if you could give me like an average day in terms of main meals and snacks, what would that look like? Where would you, what,
See, that's my trouble with my food. It's really bad.
mm-hmm,
So I'll either, it's literally all or nothing with me. So like, I've always struggled with food. So
mm-hmm,
some days I'll literally eat everything. So I have like, I won't even have proper meals though. It'll just be snacks. Like I'll just
mm-hmm,
snack on biscuits and chocolate.
mm-hmm,
And then I'll feel guilty. So the next day I won't eat anything at all.
mm-hmm.
And it's literally just like that.
Right, okay.
It's so
So,
bad.
yeah, okay. Do you feel as though like obviously being like a young lady, do you think there's a lot of alcohol going in the mix as well? Like, you know, those sort of calories?
Not that
Not,
often really. I mean, I do go out,
mm-hmm.
but I probably only go out one weekend a month.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. What about kind of, you know, is it just purely chocolate biscuits, or do you have like any sort of substantial food, even if it's like, excuse me, even if it's like McDonald's or
Yeah, I
KFC
will
or
have things like that, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, things I love like salads and veg and stuff,
Mhm. Yeah.
um,
Okay.
but it's just, yeah, I don't know, my eating's just awful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not obviously, you know, I think you're an intelligent lady, you're going to uni and all the rest of it, so
Mm.
you're abundant with common sense and whatnot, and I think
Yeah.
it's easy to see where the problem is, like your lack of activity or lack of a challenging activity, and then of course like it's just for a free for all from the diet side of things, whereby you couldn't really tell me kind of how many calories are going in a day consistently,
Yeah.
how much protein you're having, how much possibly you could tell me how much water I have discussed that with you, but
I
just
do drink lots of water, that's one thing
yeah.
I always do have.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so like you know, you could. I think there's a distinct lack of consistency there, where like one
Mm.
day you might be plowing in the calories, and then the next day, like you said, you're on a bit of a
Nothing,
diet.
yeah.
Yeah, just and that's obviously not sustainable to achieve over the longer term. So
No.
okay, gotcha. Well, listen, I think there's some good news in that respect, in that that's the main cause of your worries, and it's definitely something we focus on. And if I was to be brutally honest as well, you know, we've helped lots of people over the years, and if over the space of this program, it's not that investment heavy, but just by letting us work with you on the nutritional side of stuff, the amount that you're going to save on the junk, like the Mackie D's and all the rest of it, is just going to square away the investment of the program anyway, which is a cool little
Yeah.
bonus. So, in terms of like you know, the fact that you're not quite as toned as you want to be and things like that, what sort
Mm.
of impact is that having you on like a physical and mental level, do you think?
Yeah, so quite bad really. So even so my friends will say, oh yeah, you look really good. But then like, I don't feel like that. So yeah, when I put my clothes on, I feel right. But when I take them off, I look in the mirror, I'm like, no, that's disgusting. Like, I'm quite body conscious. Even though I'm not big, to me, when I look in the mirror, I feel big. Do you know what I mean? So it's more peace of mind. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, we sign up a lot of ladies who are like a size 8 or a size 10 or something like that, and that's exactly what they say. Like, friends always tell them what's all the fuss
Yeah.
about. But the thing is, what people may or may not understand is that as human beings, not only have we got like what we see in the mirror, but we've also got like a mental image of the way we should look.
Mhm.
And that's the values that we hold to ourselves. Now, if you've been slim in the past, that's what you've become too accustomed to. And what you see in the mirror is not in alignment with what you see in
Yeah,
yourself,
exactly.
that creates like mental dissonance, and that creates like the unhappiness that you say, and you've used strong words there like feel disgusting and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's just where your body's where you're saying, listen, this isn't right, this isn't what I hold to be true for myself. Um,
Yeah.
you need to change it, and this is what you're trying to do when you're reaching out to somebody who says who can draw a line in the sand here, you know. So don't feel as though you're being silly by reaching out there at all. It's just a perfectly natural thing. Um, so just for my own clarity then, so I got it understand in my own head. Remind me of the top 3 things that you want to get as a result of this program.
So I think, obviously you said it will help like the diet, so eating habits and stuff, toning up and just feeling comfortable again, I suppose, like happy with how I look.
Yeah, kind of body confidence, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously I do want to lose weight,
Mhm.
but I would tie that in with toning up, really.
Yeah, I would as well, you know. It's not going to happen, one's not going to happen without the other, you know. You're going to develop a little
No.
bit of muscle tone, and you're going to drop it's not like a muscle, the cellulite, it's the fat deposits as well, you know, so we
Mm.
would have to sort of bring that in. And what you tend to find as well, because for want of a better word, your diet is like all over the shop. It's very high sugar, and as a result, when your body eats a lot of high sugar foods, it
Yeah.
stores a lot in the subcuticle fat cells. That's just the nature of the beast. When you're pumping your body full of insulin, which is a byproduct of high sugar foods, it just shuns it out to the outer extremities of the body. So like your thighs, hips, tummy, and they will be very
Mm.
bloated as well. So by sort of coming on board with us and understanding what good eating looks like, all of that will go away quite quickly. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, the way that I always say it is like this program is like a vehicle, and anybody can jump in the seat and drive it. You will definitely get the results, but it does take that person to sort of embrace the nutrition, embrace the exercise in order to get it. It's not just like a magic pill from Matrix. You take the blue pill and you just fall down the rabbit hole, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you wake up and everything's rosy. So to that end, you know, we can't help people who aren't ready to help themselves, and it wouldn't be fair to bring anyone on to invest with us. You know, numbers are limited, and we want to get the max results for people. And it's not to say if now isn't the right time, then you know maybe come and join us in 6 months or something like that. And so
Yeah.
the question that I always have for people, Joanne, is remind me of the reason that you've applied for this program, and why is now the right time to drop this dress size and to get fitter.
See, for me, I think it's because I've got to that point again, like, because of my eating's always a constant, like, spiral. It just goes round and round. So I'll lose the weight and then I'll put it back on again. And I'll put it on again and I'm feeling rubbish. So I'll get to that point again where I'm like, I need to do something, otherwise I'm going to keep waking up feeling rubbish.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I've got uni starting Monday and I don't want, like, I need to be in a good frame of mind to get this uni stuff done as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
See,
yeah, and with me, everything, it sounds bad, but if I don't feel good in the way I look, then I don't feel good about anything in life.
mm-hmm. I can totally relate to that, you know, because literally I just got off, that's why I was late calling you, because I spoke to a lady, almost like a mirror image of what we're saying there. Another way that I always explain it is, when you've got it's like a central thing. It spokes out into every other aspect of your life, you know.
Yeah,
In terms of like your body confidence, wearing bikinis, socializing with friends. It's always like a dark cloud hanging over you. And that speaks from experience. When I was a teenager, I was overweight and inconfident and shy because of my carrying excess weight. And when I finally
yeah,
invested in somebody and they taught me how to do it right, I never let back, and it looked back and it did and it did sort of, it really sort of helped me out throughout my 20s, probably the stage of life that you're in at the moment. So yeah,
yeah,
100%. Well, listen, we've got 2 spots left, and I think that you would be a great candidate for the program. So I would like to invite you on board. We wanted to talk about investment. So what I want to do is I want to give you some clarity about
yeah,
how we're going to get you the results. and then we can talk about different programs like the intensives. And if it feels like a good fit, we'll get you signed up. How does that sound?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So from an exercise point of view, going out and light jogs and things like that ain't going to cut it. Yeah. So we need to be doing HIIT training with you, and you need to be in an environment whereby you're getting pushed, like you said. Otherwise, you're just going to slack off.
Yeah.
So what we do for fat loss and toning is we do a mixture of light weights and HIIT training. What you tend to find is that would be perfect for you because it will increase the muscle tone, so you look quite tight. And then with the HIIT training, that's going to shed off the excess body fat. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, nutritionally then, what you need is, for the intensives, you need to come on board with us, and you just need us to unroll like a blueprint for you and say, for you to achieve what will make you happy, as in this body result, you need to eat this every day. You need to eat this much food. You need to eat this amount of protein, fats, carbohydrates. These are like the protein, fats, carbs that you can choose from. This is how much water you need to drink on a daily basis. If you eat this and you train hard as you can, you will get this result. So we'll give you like
Yeah.
a blueprint for success. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly then, accountability. So you said, like, you kind of, you have used these words, and perhaps I shouldn't use them, but you kind of, not your own work. It is a harsh way of saying it, but you haven't quite got the patterns embedded in your life at the moment for long-term
Yeah.
success. So you need to be held to account so we can break those habits, which I think in the long term will be sort of obviously a massive importance. So you can break like these small cycles of undereating, overeating, and then weight gain and fat loss.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so what we'll do is like we'll literally be on your case. We'll be saying, right, send us pictures of your food. You have all the other people on the challenge sort of taken out for you. We'll all be in a private group. We'll all sort of be sort of rooting for one another. So there's accountability aspect. And then you get like a weigh-in every week, like a full body scan every week, so you can make sure that you're losing the right weight,
Yeah.
the right type of weight and things like that. So it's a proper little bubble whereby you're going to be held to account, and then these little patterns that we need you to break ASAP are just going to be sort of rooted out, taken out by the root, and then as you walk away from us, then you're a completely different animal, and you've got that understanding of what you need to be doing from a nutritional and exercise standpoint, so
Yeah.
you don't have to go down that route again. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, I think from a results perspective, we've got the 28-day challenge and the 42-day challenge. So that's like the 4 weeks and the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I know it's a dress size thing. I know it's a toning thing for you. But I would say, listen, you're going to lose like a stone with us on the 28-day challenge. I'd say I'd say 12 to 14 pounds on the 28-day challenge because your diet's crap, for want of a
Yeah.
better word. And then maybe sort of 16 to 20 pounds, so maybe a full stone and a half within the 42. You're definitely going to get down to a size 8 on the 28, and I'd say you might even push towards like a 6-8 on the 42-day challenge.
Yeah.
The 28-day challenge all in is 149, or
Okay.
we can do split payments. And the 42-day challenge is 249, and we can do split payments if that works better for you as well. So
Okay.
we've got the shorter or the longer. Which do you think would work better for you?
See, I'd probably say the shorter just because I like things quick.
Okay.
But then, I mean, say if I just do that one and I wanted to keep going, can I just pay and then do extra after?
Yeah, so a lot of people will start on the 4 weeks and then just say, listen, I'm getting a lot out of this. Can I bolt on the extra couple of weeks? And that's something that we see quite a lot. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely something that, we probably see, I'd say about half the people come on board with us through the 4 weeks, end up doing the 6. So there we can definitely accommodate for that. And, you sound like a great candidate. You've got a great need to do this in a lot of different levels. And I think 2 weeks from now, you're going to see me in the gym and give me a big sweaty high five because like your body's completely changing. You're tightening up and you're looking fantastic. So what do you reckon? Should we go ahead and get you signed up?
So how do I sign up? Is it on the phone or?
Yeah. So the way that would work, Joanne, is that you'd say yes, I'm up for it. We would take like a placeholder deposit today to reserve your spot. And then what we do then is I'll get you booked in for your weigh-in. And then
Okay.
on your way in and nutritional appointment, you'd either clear the full balance or clear the split balance, whatever works better for you.
Okay. Do I have to decide tonight, or can I think about it and ring you tomorrow?
To be honest with you, like, we have got 2 spots remaining, and sometimes what I will say is, like, the number of people who do actually come back and do it after having a night to sleep on it, that it's to be honest with you, it's got very little to do with having to think about it, because there's very little to think about. It's just subtle patterns of self-doubt and delay, whereby you
Yeah.
think about it and then you count yourself out of it, and then all of a sudden another week passes, another sort of another day passes, and then you say, I'll definitely do it tomorrow. And, it wouldn't be I wouldn't be doing my job as a seasoned coach if I didn't sort of challenge you and saying, listen,
No.
there is very little to think about here. You're just sort of talking yourself out of it, and all of a sudden it's going to be like 3 months, 6 months down the line, and it's just like, jeepers, why didn't I just get myself over the line? And that's why we do sort of say, we are in demand. We can definitely help people. Just don't talk yourself out of it, because you're a great candidate for the program.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, option 1 is, 4 weeks from now you can look back and feel really good having lost the weight, and proud of yourself for having got yourself over the line. Or option 2 is like, you can be stuck, maybe a bit heavier, and maybe angry at yourself for letting those patterns of self-doubt and delay haven't stopped you again. I believe
Yeah.
I believe in you, you know, just have some belief in yourself, I would say just give me 1% of your trust and we'll earn the other 99% in during the session. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I do get that. It's just, well, on Monday I start uni, so I'm literally like so full on right now.
hmm Okay.
Um,
Well, I would say,
but when would the program start if I went on it? Would it start next week or?
what we can do, if it's a case of like you want to start a little bit further down the line, then what we can
Mm.
do is, like, we do appreciate that, you know, obviously we're just coming off silly season at the moment, with summer holidays and things like that. So we do have
Yeah.
opportunities in place where, um, people can maybe put down a deposit, and then they can just defer their start date for like a week or 2. But like I said, the deposit is an amazing sort of thing because it puts you in a position to win. Because if you're sort of
Yeah.
just been plodding along with the exercise with no motivation, sort of taking, taking action to change that habit, and break it, means that, if we didn't do it at the end of this call, you can slip back into those patterns that we've talked about.
Yeah. How
And
much is the deposit?
we're talking, you're not going to have to remortgage your house or anything like that. It's like 50 quid.
Okay.
And it's just, like I said, draw the line in the sand, because the number of people, Joanne, that I've sort of spoken to over the years who've said, look, yeah, I'm definitely going to speak to you tomorrow, and we're like, yeah, well, it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately. That is only the right thing you're
No,
thinking
yeah, I
now,
imagine that.
you know. So how's about, like, if we take the deposit today, and then what I can do is we can sort of give you a little bit of space to get your first week of uni out, or maybe even the first 2 weeks, and then I can give you a provisional start date for, sort of the latter end of September. Does that work?
See, like I know where you're coming from, but I think I need to start uni Monday and then maybe get back to you after that.
Okay. I mean, if I could be brutally honest with you, in terms of right time to start, a lot of people debating, is this the right time? To be honest with you, it has to be now, even if it's not quite all figured out. I just urge them to take the leap of faith, because the bottom
Yeah,
line is, like, a day, a week, month from now, is always going to be something standing in your way. Now we're talking about, 3 hours out of your week. Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly an
yeah,
unreasonable. It's not an unreasonable amount of time for you to actually to dedicate to exercise. And you probably would have been doing, crappy little runs or something like that that we can supercharge with, with proper sessions, that sort of thing. So, you're talking about maybe 3 hours a week is like 1.5% of your entire week. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to sort of
yeah.
knock you into next week. So, like, listen, I think we've had a great chat today, and I know you're going to get so much out of this program. Please don't let those patterns of self-doubt and delay hold you back, because
No.
there's nothing, like I say, there's nothing stopping me getting you over the line today, and setting up a provisional start date. And even if you need to defer that start date because, things are getting a little bit hectic, a little bit sort of hot under the collar in
Yeah,
uni, but I can certainly push it to the right. But like I said, the number of people, Joanne, who do actually sort of could get so much from this, and they sabotage their own results by the lack of, because fear of the unknown, you know, and overthinking paralysis by over-analysis is just phenomenal. And like I said, I wouldn't be doing my job as a coach.
No, I get that.
So what do you say? You know, like I said, 4 or 6 weeks from now, you can be either just, you know, feeling looking amazing, or, you know, you're just going to be thinking, my head's shot, I'm in uni, I haven't done anything about it again. You know, and literally, what's the worst that can happen? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I still think I'm gonna think about it just because I'm like that anyway. But I am really interested, and I will get back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't guarantee a spot, to be honest with you. Like I said,
No, that's fine.
you know, we're going to sort of, I'm taking on 2 more for this challenge, and, you know, probably closing the doors for a few months. And if I could just, like, honestly, you know, I've been around the block a couple of thousand times, and, you know, this issue that you're talking about, the cycles that you're running, don't get better themselves. In fact, you know, the patterns you're running, because they've been ingrained for so long, you know, they're just going to be moving you away from your goals. And I think without taking action, honestly, things are just going to get worse for you. You know, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I do believe if we end this call today without taking action, there's absolutely no reason that anything's going to change. Like, and it's rare that you come across a coach who's helped literally hundreds of people in the past get the result that they want, and get this opportunity for somebody who's actually passionate about getting you the result. You know,
Yeah.
if it's a money thing, you know, just be honest with me straight down the line. But if it's like a lack of motivation, which you alluded to at the start of the call, then I just implore you to just take the leap
Yeah.
of
See,
faith
I
and do
think
it.
it's more time, and well, not. I say because obviously I'm not sure what my timetable at uni's going to be yet. I've got, obviously I'm working as well. I'm working, I've got uni, I've got a little boy, and I suppose it is a little bit of money as well. Because it's quite a lot of money to invest in, isn't it, for not knowing if it's going to work for me, sort of thing.
I mean, if it's will it work for you? You know, we've been running this program for the last 8 years, and everyone gets the result they want. I mean, if you can turn up and train hard, switch your brain off, follow the
Yeah.
nutrition, I guarantee that you'll get the result. Now, if you can't back yourself, that's never going to change. You've always got to back yourself, even if you sort of skeptical about your own ability in the past. You haven't come across a program like this which is so based on just the basic fundamentals. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this will work for anybody. This is literally what your body needs, what you just put your to eat in harmony with your body, to train in the most effective way to get the results. I mean, it sounds as though you don't quite, you know, trust yourself, and there's no other way of actually breaking that habit, of proving to yourself that you can do it by other than taking action and proving to yourself that you can. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in that mindset forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to say, oh, well, it won't work for me, so I'll not try. That's just such a that's just a self-destructive attitude in the nicest possible way. That's never going to get you the result, and all you can be left with is frustration. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, listen, let's get you over the line today. Put down the deposit, break the cycles that you've been running. If we could stretch it out, listen, you're spending more on KFCs, junk and stuff like that. Honestly, if you look at your Visa bill, you're going to be saving money doing this program, because we'll just tell you this is your shopping list, and you're not going to need to
Yeah.
spend any more money, you know. So this, from a money perspective, it's literally, you're going to be saving money by coming on this program. So, like, time we've covered literally is 3 hours a week, and we do sessions as late as 8 o'clock at night, and we do sessions on
Mm.
Sunday morning. In terms of will it work for you, it will work for you. You just have to believe in yourself. Investment, I mean, you've already told me that you've got going to Mackie D's and stuff like that. You know, it's not, you know, you can walk out of Mackie D's and spend like 8, 9 quid, and you're spending that on 2 days worth of food with us for yourself,
Yeah.
you know, not include. So literally, like, I cannot see, other than sort of your own sort of maybe lack of self-belief or patterns of delay, why it wouldn't work for you. I mean, you've been very explicit today about kind of why, you know, the way that you feel about yourself and how it's like spiraling into other
Yeah.
aspects of your life and you're feeling rubbish. So in my mind, knowing what I know, the only thing that can be holding you back is just some sort of blocker in your own head.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's just everything that I've got going on for obviously coming up next week, and I've got quite a lot of expense to pay out for, so I've got to buy a new laptop and everything for uni.
Okay. So
Um,
like we could break it down. So you do 50 today, and then we could start at the end of the month, which would be like 24.50, and then the next month then would be 74.50. You know, so we space it out quite literally over the space of a month to get everything
yeah,
over the line.
I mean, it's just the whole deposit thing today, because obviously I've got my laptop this weekend for Monday,
Mhm.
so I'm just a bit, just a bit cautious of spending out loads of money at once, I think.
Okay. So like, what would be the perfect outcome for you from a financial perspective?
I don't know really, 'cause obviously I will be getting my student loan and stuff in the next couple of weeks, which is why I'm thinking maybe just hold off for a couple of weeks, get settled at uni, and then start thinking about that.
Mhm. Okay. Well,
Um,
so
yeah.
what about if we did like a split payment on the deposit? So we did like 25 today, 25 in a week, to get yourself over the line, because it's not so much a money thing. I mean, I've made my money. I've run multiple facilities, and
Yeah.
I've got multiple properties. I don't need to sort of chase anybody for money, but what I do still remain as a professional in terms of coaching people on mindset and things like that. So you've probably not heard anyone talk like this before, have you? Thinking, Jesus, this boy done back down. But literally, all you need to do is trust us for the first couple of weeks, see the results, and the rest will take hold. Do you know what I mean? And I guarantee you,
Yeah.
when things settle down in like a couple of weeks, you'll be thinking, oh, I haven't got time for this, or I'll do it next week, and all of a sudden the impetus is gone. And like I said, you're not going to get
Yeah,
many of
see,
these
I think
clients.
I'd do that either way though, even if, say, if I put a deposit down, I'd still be like, oh no, if I don't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. Whereas if I want to do it, I'll do it. So, whether or not I put a deposit down, I'll still get back to you in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely, I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks once I've sorted uni out and everything else, and then if you've got a space left, then I'll take it. And if not, I understand, but
Yeah, that works well. Okay, it's very
okay.
speaking to Anne. Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.